I had 190 in my account, and I spent $140 at Walmart because I needed new bedding stuff. So now I have pretty much, what, $50, $40, $50 left. It's gonna last me this week. The NCAA is really up though.
YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy Addison, man. We back with another episode of NBA Chat TV, man. On today's episode, I'm just gonna hop straight into this one. As you can tell, my demeanor is very serious because this topic is near and dear to my heart, man. Should college athletes be paid? As you read from the title, I feel like college athletes should be paid. And I'm gonna start out by reading y'all something, and it's sickening how much money these schools are making off of these kids. Let me read you these numbers. The number one school in 2016 was Texas A&M. They made $192.6 million. $192.6 million. Second is Texas with $183.5 million. Third is Ohio State, $167.2 million. Alabama, the great Alabama, the untouchable, right? $148.9 million. This is just off the total revenue, right? So this is not just football. Football made $93.6 million. Totally, they made $148, but football brought in $93.6 million. And that's not including donations, revenue share. That's not including all that. But anyway, and then you have the rest of the guys, and I won't even get into their numbers, but just some honorable mentions: Georgia, Florida, Penn State, LSU, Oklahoma, Auburn, Florida State, Kentucky. There's a pattern here. I'm gonna just hop straight into this one. College athletes should be paid. I'm tired of hearing their education is how they're getting paid. Because at the end of the day, we all know these guys aren't going to school for education. They're just not. Education is something they have to do, right? It's almost like they got to do it to get by, right? It's something that you have to do. But they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid by going to school for their education. Because a lot of them aren't going to school for education. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it what it is. These guys are being lured to these schools because of the way they can shuffle their feet, dribble the basketball, catch the football, tackle the ball. That's what they're being lured to school for. And let's call a spade a spade. At most of these schools, the football team is bringing in the most money, period. Second is probably going to be men's basketball. And third after that is probably going to be women's basketball. And every other sport is going to fall in line. Let's just call that. At the end of the day, it's not track and field. It's not hockey. And there's no disrespect to nobody that plays track and field, hockey, soccer. There's no disrespect to none of these guys that do these sports or women that do these sports. But at the end of the day, the football team and the basketball team is typically generating the most revenue for these schools. And you mean to tell me you can't break these kids off something and that they can't make money, go out there and make money by themselves? That's hypocrisy. The NCAA is making millions off of these. This is a corporation. This is a business that's going to thrive with or without you. And you mean to tell me that these players and these athletes can't have the opportunity to go make money for themselves? Yes, they get a stipend check. They get a little something. Yes, I'm sure they get broken off. And that's why you see these stories about these guys that come from these impoverished situations, right? Because these coaches come to these schools and go get these kids from the hood. And I'm not saying everybody comes from the hood. I'm not saying everybody comes from impoverished environments or daddyless homes. But you have these kids that come from daddyless homes, from impoverished environments, and horrible situations, and finally make it out of their situation. Essentially, they are their meal ticket. That's what it is. So they are making money for their family. At the end of the day, when you have guys trying to do that, the NCAA crack down on them, they suspend them indefinitely. For trying to make money off of my likeness, that's what I'm doing in NFL. Why can't I do that now? But see, I get the argument. Well, if you do that now, then you're going to have guys who going to make more than everybody else. Dog-eat-dog world. Sorry, that's how I go. Johnny Manziel's going to get paid more than just the receiver on the Texas A&M. That's just how it's going to go. Why? Because Johnny A&M is a household name. Johnny Manziel jersey is going to be sitting in that College Station collegiate athlete store. That's what it is. You're making money off of my jersey in a bookstore, and then you mean to tell me I can't get no money off of that? You didn't even ask me for my permission. The NCAA up until what? Was it 2013, 14, whatever it was making an NCAA game. Using kids in the game. Not even get my permission. You won't even get my permission, but you're using my likeness for, and then these kids are celebrities. These kids are walking businesses. And you mean to tell me we have this multi-billion-dollar corporation and you can't break these kids off something, or they can't go out there for themselves and make their own revenue? They can't make for them, and I get it, right? I get that, okay, well, you couldn't keep tabs on. That's why you hire agents. That's why you start the process early. A lot of parents, what they're doing now is they're starting the process early. From when they're kids to amateur to when they get, so by the time they get to college, they already got an agent. They already linking up with Adidas and Nike. These teams, come on. It's a cycle. Come on. The smart ones know that. Let me get these kids early. The smart ones know that. And these corporations are going after them. And these kids don't have the ability to make money That's a shame. The NCAA should be ashamed of themselves for even making money off of people. Like you have. How can I get the most work and pay the least? NCAA. It's paid slavery. It's paid slavery. At the end of the day, you're right. It is their choice. It is their choice. But at the end of the day, just like all of us, just like if I want to be a broadcaster, if Susie wants to be a telemarketer, if D wants to be a communication, at the end of the day, we all chose our different career paths in life. They happen to choose sports. They happen to choose sports, but at the end of the day, in my mind, you can't tell me you can't make money off of me, and I can't turn around and go make money for myself, and it's forbidden, it's banned. That's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy, and it has to stop. And I will be the first, and I'll be the one to stand on the table for these college athletes, and I will push the envelope until justice is served. Because at the end of the day, you have these kids are $1 million walking corporations. They are. Like I said, let's call it what it is. Football and basketball is going to genuinely generate the most, period. So if you're a football player and you're a basketball player, and yes, I get why Leonard Fournette didn't play in that college bowl game. For what? For what? What is the incentive? If we win, who benefits? The school, not me. I'm the one putting my body on the line. I'm the one, not the school. If we win, the school gets money. I don't get money for this. I get why little Christian McCaffrey didn't play. I get that. And I get more athletes going to start doing the same. It's time that athletes start turning the tide on these people until they realize, just like in any type of movement or any type of anything, until you affect their pockets, the change won't happen. Until the money starts getting affected, change won't happen. But if in fact you agree with this video or disagree with this video and you feel like college athletes should or shouldn't be paid, please put it in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation about it. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at NBA Chat TV. I follow back on both of those social media platforms. But until next video, until next time, it's your boy Addison. Peace.